so back with day number 9 and day number 10. But first, I want to show you a little tag that I added that came with the December Daily Kit to represent day 7. So I added that. And so the stories I'm going to tell for day 9 is about, of course, the greatest place on earth, which is Starbucks. And then a picture of my little one who was dancing around. And so I'll get to that story in just a second. So usually I will go to Starbucks at least once or twice a week, sometimes on a good week, and I absolutely love it. I do love mom and pop coffee shops, and I work in the North Texas area. I work in Denton, and Denton is just a small town north of Dallas, and it has 2 of the major regional universities there, one of which I'm an alum of. And there's local coffee shops, and then of course there's Starbucks. And so there's a Starbucks right by my office. And so on this morning, I grabbed myself a cafe mocha, and then they also have these beautiful mugs on sale. And so I took a picture of the mugs and decided to add that there. So this little baggie that holds treats, I just took some stickers and wrote "Cake Balls Live Here," because usually when I go, or if I'm going with Corinne, I always get her a happy birthday cake ball, and she gets hot chocolate, and I get a coffee drink. And so the last time we went, I kept that little bag. And I think that was from like November, the last time we went. So I kept the bag, and I'm punching holes in it so that it'll go in the album. So there it is right there. And of course, more than other things live in those baggies, but cake balls are our favorite. And I'm trying to decide what I was going to do with that cup holder, and I just kind of abandoned that. Now I want to add some sequins to one of the pockets. And so I use some sequins from the December Daily Kit, and then I have some that are in my stash. And then there's some acrylic stars that I wanted to use in there. I thought about using those wood veneer pieces from the December Daily Kit, but it just ended up looking silly to me. I heated up my fuse tool. I'm trying to use that tool more often, particularly with my Pocket-It scrapbooking. I'm going to take my ruler and go ahead and run that. Now, I wouldn't suggest using your fuse tool on your regular mat. I was just too lazy to get out my glass mat and the and the ruler that came with the fuse. Okay, so I'm going to I'm telling you, I'm a lazy scrapper. I'm completely lazy. Okay, so I'm going to take I'm going to take a label from the December Daily Kit. And then I think what am I going to write on that label? Let's see. I'm going to take some stickers from Pebbles, some of my favorite fonts, and I'm going to write Heaven because I do enjoy Starbucks stuff. I'm, a total consumer of their coffee mugs. All right, so day 10, there's a mixture of that top journaling card with the stars, and that number 10 is from the Scraptastic Stocking Stuffer Kit. That journaling card that says Love is also from Scraptastic, and then the one that says A Favorite Memory is from December Daily. Now that photo I printed 5x7 on my regular photo printer, not my selfie, and that's a picture of my little girl, and she had dressed herself up in her little tutu and a t-shirt and a headband and her dress shoes, and she is doing a wonderful performance for us. She is pretending that she was a ballerina, and so of course I had to snap a picture of that and journal a little bit about how wonderful it is that, she has such a big imagination. I just love it. I'm just really loving this stage of her development. And so I'm going to journal a little bit on that love card. I'm going to talk more about her performance for her daddy and I. And we always love her little impromptu performances. They're so cute. Now on the journaling card, I used one of the stamp sets from the December Daily Kit just to add a little bit of interest there. Now to the photo, I grabbed something out of my stash, which is a Heidi Swat wood veneer piece, and it says "You Are Here." I'm going to heat emboss that in silver, and it didn't come out as sparkly as I hoped it would. I guess I should have used glitter, but this silver heat embossing kind of dried flat a bit. It's not as shiny, but it still will look good. So I went ahead and put some Versamark on that wood veneer piece, and now cover that with some embossing powder, and then I'm going to use my heat gun to set it. Interestingly enough, I've been using my heat gun a lot with this project and trying to remember to heat emboss. Now there's some spaces on there that didn't quite get hit with ink, so I'm going to take my embossing pen from Ranger and fill in those spots and do a little bit more touch up on that heat embossing. So I'm putting a little bit more powder, and going to hit that with my gun again and set that, and then I think I'm good. There we go. So it didn't come out as sparkly as I thought it would. In retrospect, I probably should have heat embossed it in my gold powder. I need to look for a shiny or silver. So there is a 6x8 card that came with the kit, and it has some Christmas trees on the back. And it's also embossed. And I wasn't going to use that whole sheet, so I decided to put something on the back of that photo, which was that card, to add a little bit of interest. So when you turn the page, it wasn't just the plain backing of the photo. I'm going to add that wood veneer piece, and then there's the back. And I think that looks really good and brings a lot of attention to that photo and just a real focus on my little girl because she's so precious. All right, so in the album, these layouts go. Some of my pages are quite simple. Some of them are a little bit more embellished, and I kind of like that. It adds some interest. I do recommend that you add any mementos, bags, tags, things of that nature that you kind of collect along the holiday season. Add that to your album. Adds a lot of interest. All right, so some close-ups here, and I think I'm going to have some photos here at the end. Make sure you check out the Victoria Marie blog, where I talk a little bit more in detail about my pages and the story behind the pages. And I will continue to make these videos, and I kind of need to speed up my process a bit, so I make sure I get all 25 days so you guys can see that as the holidays move on. All right, guys, so I will see you for day 11.